Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this grand finals matchup. Now, we did have a little bit of a mishap with the wrong server, and that's why we had a disconnect, but we are going to be back. Killers the same, the players are the same, the action is the same, and I am here with Lionel. How are you doing
I'm
on
doing
this fine
great.
morning?
I'm doing great. I just noticed that the RNG from for the killer is not as good as it was in the last match, and also we're having a rough first chase at main building. Okay, so we're on Cheryl again.
It seems like Cheryl here just wants to be chased, but of course that is because they have Champion of Light and they're going to be blinding Dynamo at this window here. First chase is not going to be as quick as it was, although that dash on the window in order to not get caught or not catching Outer was kind of foul for Dino. He's not going to be happy about that. But all the same, Dynamo is going to be playing a typical mastermind strategy here, going around this forest, seeing who possibly crossed on the map, and we do have some progress on this generator, but who is the culprit? Where are they? And it seems like Dino's going to not find them, but he is going to find a person running around Water Tower, and I think that is Outer. This is a second attempt at chase here. And what do you think is going to happen here?
What an unfortunate event that the RNG on the gens on top isn't as good as it was before, and we're also seeing like gonna be a rough first chase both in main building. The first one with Champion of Light, the second one is forcing the killer to bolt the window, so it's definitely not as good early as it was in the last match, but we'll see how this develops.
Well, this is a very typical mastermind strategy that we're seeing here. Everyone's going to be wanting to take these first chases towards main. It seems like Outer's getting caught out, and ooh, Dino unfortunately missing that second bound, and Outer's going to be able to take this chase all the way to the corner, and this is not what Dino wants, not the stellar start that we had previously seen, but a hook is going to come all the same. But I think that is the 4-gen pop towards the bottom side that he first checked. I'm not exactly sure, but that is going to be great for these survivors here. And let's see where they are splitting. Lionel, if you would take that.
Seems like open resonance on the shell. Seems like the killer might be able to hold this while also pressuring the gens on bottom. And we'll see if he finds someone in rotating for that safe. He won't be able to pop the gen. The Cheryl did pretty good not progressing that gen until 5%. Well, now she has.
Yeah, unfortunately though, they do have to get progress on the generator, so they might have to eat that pop, although I don't think that was the correct play. I think they should have let the pop timer go out. But that is going to be the third chase taken to main here, but Outer unfortunately exhausted all the resources apart from this truss, and this is not one of the best things to play against a mastermind player that knows what they're doing. Dino being the main killer for this team, Ego here, he's very well versed in the likes of Mastermind, played it for many years, and that's going to be a very quick 2-tap chase right after, and we're going to be going on to the death hook Lionel.
Yeah, it seems like Felix is gonna have a really rough time avoiding this mastermind. This mastermind seems very experienced, and yeah, this save is gonna be really costly.
Although they do pop 2 gens for it, that's 2 stages at 3 gens. Although that is death hook, it is top mid. There's a lot of factors going into what may be a quick death here, but hopefully our team Origin here is going to ensure to make it as painful as possible for Dino to commit to this death here. It seems like Variant got caught off guard here, maybe a miscomm in the VC, but that gives time for Outer to be fully saved, and it seems like Dino does not want to go for Outer. He's going to catch ZQ here playing onto this Ormond tile, but where did Outer go? Where do you think, Lionel?
Well, I think he found him again.
We do see some scratch marks here, and there goes the Shack pallet very quick here. Now just going to throw everything that he can in order to secure his team as much gen progress as possible, but this is an insane setup bottom side. There goes Water Tower, but Jesus Christ, the RNG on this bottom side is just fantastic. What do you think of it?
It is a really strong setup, yeah. I think it's gonna be difficult for this mastermind to catch this person on time, and it seems like the chase is gonna take a while.
it just seemed like a pallet didn't spawn on that Godfilly right there. That would have been connecting right into some great material. But I think that is going to be all that Outer speaks for this set.
That bringing the chase down to 6. All the gens popping up top. What a great play.
Yeah, it seems like Cheryl's going to be getting at least half progress on this generator all the way at, I think this is 9. Pre-stealthing off the gen in order to make sure that they do not get found while this reset goes through on top side. Very typical, great Mastermind strategy. But we'll be seeing what Dino Melon does to them while there's only 1 gen left.
Surely he's gonna stop this with eruption and take it with calm. This vision isn't as good as the one he had before, but I'm sure he'll be able to do something about it.
Yeah, it did look like there was a 4-gen topside, although this 3-gen is still pretty good. As long as he exhausts all the materials on this side of the map, Dynamelon is going to be looking pretty peachy. Going to be forcing them to pre-run all the way to the right side of the map, which is quite a long distance. But Dynamelon has to play his cards very right. He has to get some very quick tags and some unsuspecting hits. Something like that would have been fantastic, but unfortunately it didn't go through. ZQ's going to be taking it fully towards this right side here where all the material is. What do you think? Do you think he's going to be able to survive and last in order for him to pop this last gen here?
It seems like it. Yeah, he hasn't been chased in this zone, so all the pallets are up. He's gonna have to drop the chase.
He does have 1 saving grace though. If he does catch this Cheryl on rotation, they really don't have a position to move to. There isn't a place to pre-run to if he is coming from this right side, but Cheryl does make it to this hill here, and I'm guessing, no, they don't have balance landing. That is the Adam Francis that we previously saw. So yeah, Dynamelon is in a pretty difficult spot if he doesn't catch someone off guard here. A miscomm, some mistake. Yeah. Can it happen though?
It's gonna be difficult, really. He had an opportunity there at the main building, but sadly it didn't go through. Oh, we're seeing a chase here. Perhaps he can push him. No, he can push him to the edge map. That's fine, I guess. But sadly, I think this might be really costly.
And with the power of eruption and pop, depends on how good this chase is going to be with ZQ. And oh my god, this setup is quite demonic. If he can't get a tag, if he can't get the down here, he's just gonna have to leave. And yes, he has to. And see if we're gonna catch this Sherlock card just like we did this Ace Visconti. And no, she's gonna make it all the way to Shaq.
What a nasty setup he has. He's got a Godrock combined with Destructors next to each other. It is rough for our Mastermind to catch up.
Yeah, it is a fantastic setup for Origin to be playing here, but if these survivors are just going to be getting caught off guard exactly like this, and if Dynamel, that'd be great, but if Dynamel is going to miss like that, then it's just going to cost him the game. And there we go. That's the last generator pop with 3 stacks of Pain Res left, Eruption and pop. Dynamel is just going to have to play this into endgame.
Good play from Cheryl. She expected the Mastermind to go for the dodge, and she accepted the hit if it was the case in order to not get pushed into edge map.
And that's going to be a 2k6, I believe. Yeah, the team's just going to take a 2k6 and we're going to have to go into the next set with it. What do you think? How do you think that's going to stack up with the other team on Origin's Killer?
Well, we'll see. I guess it'll depend on the killer. We don't know the killer yet, right? So it'll depend on the pick and how it develops. The last match was definitely more on the killer side. The one we saw, it got interrupted, but I think these survivors can deal with it.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the second set of this the second half of this first set here. Sorry for my misspeaking. Here we're going to be seeing a clown on the CT1 as a response to the Mastermind from Dino, and I am here with Lionel. So let me ask you, Lionel, what do you think of this clown build that we have going on? Getting into this charge map.
I'm really liking this build. Seems like we've got lots of lethality and perhaps we can get some unexpected people touching those gens with Dragon's Grip. I'm definitely expecting some surprises here. And we'll see the first chase coming up on bottom.
Yeah, it's looking like it, and I'm not exactly sure what that name is to pronounce or what player that is, but this
I
Ace
was about to say the
Visconti,
same. Yeah.
yeah, this Ace Visconti is going to be in for some hell if he does not know about this rapid brutality. Although the perks that we are seeing are very common on Clown, but it can be tricky when you're talking about CT1 and not Wrecker's Yard, which is where this killer is typically played. There's not enough material on this map in order to account for all the chase perks that he has going on. But it seems like we're going to be getting this first tag in here. And where do you think this is going to go, Lionel?
See if he breaches Shaq. He does. That poor bottle didn't reach, sadly. And it seems like the first chase is gonna take a while. If he plays safe, he'll. Oh, what a good play from. Wow.
Although trying to go for some unexpected plays, and he did look like he kind of juked Outer there. Outer was very well prepared for what he had going on. Ace Visconti is going into the basement. Although this is not going to be a pain res, and it's not going to proc any eruption. This is going to be a very good first hook. You're sacrificing the pain res and eruption potentially for, or procking eruption for some kind of a more positive hook position. But that is going to be the first gen popping, and I think that was 11. That's going to be getting rid of the 3 gen top side, and Outer is going to be searching.
Yeah, these gens are definitely harder to defend, but well, at least he's got someone in basement, which will make the save way more harder. And also popping the gen at 1, so it's not an option to defend top side now. Definitely. Drone's grip activated. Going back to the hook, expecting someone to go for the save.
Yeah, I'm thinking that he's going to want this person to touch the gen with Dragon's Grip that he first kicked, but unfortunately it doesn't seem like, it seems like Chad's, not Chad's, Ego are more akin to knowing about Dragon's Grip. They've played quite a bit of Clown. They like their unexpected killers. But it seems like he's going to be camping this to the second stage here. Ace Visconti might be going Death Hook, but they are on 3 gens.
They're definitely pushing different gens. I'm not sure if they're. Well, they'll try to contest the hook at the last moment. Oh, they're already going in.
It seems like Outer's going to be drawn back to this hook here. Ace Visconti is going to be getting saved by who we don't know. Oh, Dino Melon is going to be trying to take a hit here, or in order to get some distance. And yes, Ace is going to be getting out of the basement here, running all the way over to this tile. And while yes, I think they are on Death Hook, I think that they may be getting some help here in order to make topside. If Ace makes topside and they get all the way up there, then this is going to be quite a long chase. What do you think is going to happen, Lionel?
We'll see if Jake and Clyde are ready for the rotates and taking hits for our Ace here. Trying to, yeah, Clyde is already here. It will depend on how the Clown deals with these body blocks. Probably Jake coming in a few seconds to also help that Ace to not get down easily.
We have a missed bottle, and it seems like Jake is going to be coming in order to take the hit. Jake was sitting on this Gen 3, and it's going to be another direct bottle hit. But will the Ace Visconti make topside?
Oh,
yes, he is, and he's going to immediately switch in order to get on John Arbuckle, the person who took the hit. Is he going to be able to get that pink hit? No, he's not going to.
He's out of bottles. He needs to reload.
Oh, he's going to need to reload as John Arbuckle, going to be getting some distance, and Outer's just going to be completely losing his tunnel all the way to main.
Wow.
This is an insane chase.
He needs AIDS as soon as possible.
Yeah, there's a lot of gen progress happening bottom side, and yeah, Ace is just gone. Outer has no idea where he's at. He's even checking around the lockers, and yes, we do find him behind main. But is he gonna get? Is someone gonna take it down for him? No. Oh, he's not even gonna be able to make a locker. But again, I think that was enough time. What do you think?
Well, I think it's gonna be. It's looking. Is he gonna carry him to the pin resonance? Yes. He'll go back to bottom side to defend those gens. Seems like the Soros are ready for the 3v1.
Yeah, it does seem like. Wait. Oh, okay. The display bugged out. It looked like there was shoulder the burden. I was going to be very confused in this tier of killer, but yeah, that is going to be the Ace Visconti dead, and it seems like the entire team of Ego is just going to be just resetting and trying to play for this last generator, and they do have a decent gen split, I think. Do you see that gen split, Lionel?
Yeah, the split is definitely something too difficult for a clown to manage, but I guess it'll depend on how these chases go and how they rotate for those saves.
It seems like Dino unfortunately lost the 50-50 against the killer, but there is going to be this is going to be a difficult chase, although a lot of the material is dead unless Dino Melon does have balance landing. If Dino Melon has balance landing, then we're going to be seeing something interesting here, but unfortunately he ends up getting the tail end of that bottle, so we will be seeing a pull out of a locker.
But good use of the bottles, I really like that. But the gens are too split. I think it's all sadly the hook didn't respawn yet, so he'll need to go to 11 in order to hook someone, which will be even further away from the gens.
Yeah, Outer has to cross the entire map in order to proc probably Eruption and Dragon's Grip. He's going to need those 2 perks in order to get someone dead. But I mean, if they just play for time and stealth out, which I think they're going to do, we're going to be seeing John Arbuckle make his distance, and Z's going to be going for that pull, forcing him to cross like all the way down the map in order to get this Eruption proc. And yes, the pull's going to happen. Outer needs to find John Arbuckle in order to get something done here. And it doesn't seem like Outer is going to be doing anything. Looking between every singular blade of grass, but John Arbuckle's all the way down by Shaq. Outer's not going to find anything. No dice. And we get the full reset off all the way into back main. And Outer immediately runs back to that. Yeah. And that's what I expected. But if he doesn't find John Arbuckle, then it's all for naught.
Will the Jake be able to hide or he sees those crows? I think he noticed.
Checks a locker. Checks edge map. Looking around everywhere. Looking for the Z-wall.
I can feel the pin from this down.
Looking for a John Arbuckle. But he's gone. He's all the way at 6.
He's already at 6.
That was a fake Dragon's Grip proc. They knew about Dragon's Grip and they were just baiting it. John Arbuckle had already left. Already gone to the wind as soon as he even screamed. Outer's just trying to catch him off guard. Outer's trying to catch him off guard. He's not going to find anyone. That's going to be so much progress on main. Yes, oh my god, they're about to pop the gen. Wait, this is possible. The 5 stage is possible.
They're playing it safe. I'll be running away. Wow.
They're playing it too safe. They're playing this incredibly safe. They don't even want to. They don't want Outer to see a singular glimpse of them. And yes, it's going to be another dragon. That's going to be another Dragon's Grip proc. John Arbuckle's going to be on the gen, but he's stuck at main. He's going to find Dino. Oh, he does find Dino. He does find Dino, but that's not enough. He needs to have Dino down and killed. Well, where are these geese positions? Are they already accounting for it? There is a pallet here. Is he going to play it successfully? John Arbuckle has to completely do the gen. And he ends up whiffing. 4 bottles. I mean, I don't know how many he's thrown already, but that's going to be insane. Yeah, he does end up getting the hit there, but all this material on this right side is completely unexhausted. They saved it specifically for him.
Yeah, not 5 should be almost done.
It looks like they have 3 outs with Outer. They have 3 outs with Outer's name on it. But Dino has to do this chase. Dino has to last, and unfortunately, he doesn't get the jiggy. And that's going to be Eruption proc. He may be making his way all the way down to 5. Yeah, it looks like it. Outer's just going to be immediately rushing for that generator. He's going to have to get the pickup. Ooh, it seems like Outer may have actually found John Arbuckle here. Lionel, what do you think of this matchup? This is quite a nail biter.
I'm really liking this matchup. It's looking good for Clown, but it was not after 5 minutes ago. So like, it's insane how this match is coming up and forth.
Ego are playing this insanely well. Outer is not given an inch. He has to take it, but it seems like they're going to be getting the down. But the thing is, once these pain reses are exhausted, what does he have? Yeah, Dino's going to end up finishing out this this generator. Z's going to be playing for the quick pull, and that's the thing. They're at 5. They're at 4 stages now. That's just 4 stages. They have one more freebie in order to secure the win.
Clown already zooming to 5. Coming back to the pool.
Yeah, it seems like it. And Z and John Arbuckle are just going to be running for their lives. Z may be taking the hit here. Oh, they do end up getting the tag. That's very unfortunate. I don't think that they were expecting that to happen. Yeah, and Z may just be taking this quick down unless he can win at 50. And he does! And that's going to be a blind. Wait, Lionel, do they pop the gen here?
I'm expecting them to do so.
Yeah, Z's going to have to take this all the way over. And yes, that is this. Oh, and we do end up getting the pull. But unfortunately, we don't have a person to give up. They can't let two people die.
Oh.
But where are these gate spawns?
Wow, they're too far away.
They may have. Are they going to leave with a tie? Are they going to? Yeah, I think they're going to. They're going to leave with a tie. That's more. They just completely lost a set. Absolutely insane. Lionel, what is going to happen now? Ego has completely lost this set.
It was a pretty rough spot for them. The clown really played that well, and he was able to macro it all around, and yeah.
Origins is going to take set 1, but we are going to be back really soon with Wrecker's Yard set 2. We don't know what killers are going to play, but Origins is going to end up killing first. So for that, stay tuned. Welcome everybody back to the grand finals match of this Heatwave, and here we're going to be having Origin versus Eagle. We're on our second set here, and it is Wrecker's Yard, and as you can see, we have Variant on the Spirit there, S-tier player, and there's going to be there's a very quick chase here. I don't know if he's going to be able to get the tag, and unfortunately, this Ada Wong Z-Slasher is just going to be taking that tag all the way to Shaq. Very quick chase here. What do you think of this opening start? And of course, what do you think of these perks?
Very quick chase right at the beginning. They found someone really early on, and we see Color Brian already coming back to the meta as it was 3 years ago, which is kind of funny. We're all back to Eruption on Color Brian, and well, it seems like a really good early game for the Spirit here, able to down the Ada very early on.
I have personally had the fortune on Cosmic to be playing with Variant, and I will tell you, he is a fantastic S-tier player. Ego here are in some trouble if they allow Variant to get everything he wants out of it. He does like his off-meta perks, though, so for me, it's not that weird to see Call O'Brien, but Eruption Colubrine may actually make a big chance here if he does get all of the chases that he wants. This is a very aggressive build looking to potentially just immediately get chase after these hooks here. And Variant going to be going back, trying to check on that Dragon's Grip, but he's not going to get anything out of it. But he does see someone stealthing for it, and he could possibly go and wait for them to touch it. And that's going to be potentially a hit. What do you think of this, Lionel?
Seems like they won't be touching the gen. They're expecting already the Dragon's Grip. And coming back to the hook, we're expecting someone to go for the pull, and no one's coming yet.
I think what Ego wants to do is bait Variant over to 5 using that Dragon's Grip proc in order to possibly open up the opportunity in order to grab this pull. And he whiffs on Dynamo, but he's going to be getting the body block. He's going to take the tag on Dynamo, and Z's going to have to last here. They were given a chance, and they have to run with it. But Variant's going to be getting this phase. And they're trying to play for a pallet save. But no. Oh, decisive strike. The life. The decisive strike into the life proc. That is a fantastic play. I thought they were going for a pallet save, but it seems like Z-Slash is going to be taking the chase all the way over to the corner of the map at 11 as much as he can go. Yeah, and that's going to be it. But again, procking everything that they need to, giving themselves the biggest mile that they can for Variant to chase up to. But that is going to be the main generator gone in a Wrecker's Yard match. What do you think of? What do you think is going to happen here with this main generator gone?
I was so confused because I was expecting someone to be there for the pallet save, and it was all planned for dropping the pallet and getting that light and getting some more seconds in order for the team to pop some of the gens. And it looked like it kind of worked.
Oh, John
whiff.
Arbuckle getting a whiff out of Variant, and it seems like Variant is getting a little bit aggressive with some of these some of these swings here, and Eagle's just not going to give him anything to work with. He's going to have to earn everything, and yes, this is going to be another whiff of a phase, and Varian is just gonna have a really hard time here. John Arbuckle is giving him the works, gonna have to leave. Dynamelon's not gonna be able to drop the pallet in time. And I'm guessing he thought he was gonna try to fake around it, but that's just gonna be a tag. But this save comes through, and Z is now in his last chase. What do you think of this, Lionel? That was an absolutely crazy match here.
What a crazy match, yeah. Dino got hit already, and Seth seems like in a difficult spot. It's a difficult kill to get body blocks, and yeah, sadly, Seth is already dead. We'll see if the Soros can hold this 3v1.
Now, it is going to be an interesting match. We do have the death at 2 gens, well, death at 3, but we do have a lot of progress around the map here. But Variant's just going to be clawing everything back with that quick tap. And Z-Slasher is back to the campfire, but Variant's going to be procking. I think he put Dragon's Grip on that generator down by 8, but we're going to be catching 2 people. Yeah, 2 people here. NTB, we now know NTB is going to be playing this 50-50 here. And oh, the Jiggy. Oh, he whiffed again. This is Variant's 3rd whiff of the match. If he keeps whiffing like this, and we're not going to get the greatest result, but it seems like NTB is going to be taking this chase all the way up to 1. This pallet is dropped. What's he going to do? Unfortunately, he does not get this, or he does not get the pallet or play the pallet as he wished to. That's going to be taking some people off the gens, but these are 2 gens. These 2 gens have so much progress, but it seems like they're leaving. What do you think that is, Lionel?
I think they're rotating, and they're expecting the spirit to come back and reapply corruption. Oh, but the spirit is expecting someone to go for the pull from 12, it seems. Oh, they finally popped it.
I mean, I think that we just saw a Dino Melon here, no? Yep. Over by the 7 area.
That was Dino, yeah.
Yeah, and John Arbuckle is going to be the one rotating around for the pull. But it seems like John Arbuckle is going to be giving Variant the works again. I'm not exactly sure what he's running, but John Arbuckle is just seemingly unfindable by Variant here, and he's going to be very frustrated by that. Pull's going to come through. I think that we're going to be seeing it again. NTB is going to be taking this chase all the way up. We do hear the Dragon's Grip proc.
Jones is like really good at stealthing apparently. And NTB finally getting hit.
Variant's gonna get down here.
You think they'll be able to pop it?
I think that this pop is possible. I mean, how many times is he going to kick this gen? I mean, he has a very limited amount of kicks here on this agent. He's kicked it many times, but Variant's going to be very aggressively playing around it. Another eruption proc. It's got to be one of the last. Walking his way over to 3, we are going to be hearing Dragon's Grip, but Variant seems to not really be playing off of Dragon's Grip anymore. But we are going to be kicking this 3 gen. NTB gets saved again. And that's going to be For the People. John Arbuckle with the For the People coming in onto NTB in order to keep him alive in 3v1. Variant coming over and slinking around, going to be kicking the generator again. Even without Dragon's Grip, just to apply Call of Brine, because he knows that they're not going to be working it as much.
We got 6 kicks already, right? Between Eruption and Call of Brine.
I think so. I think the require
Someone here.
someone here we're going to be finding that's John Arbuckle playing on this 3 area. I don't understand why he was working that generator while injured like that. And a phased John Arbuckle's just going to leave the tile completely a jiggy all the way to this corner. But that's going to be it. John Arbuckle going to go down. It seems like that generator at 8 is going to have another loud noise event. I think that was Dynamelon missing a skill check. Variant's going to go check it out. But nothing to be found here. No dice and nothing between these blades of grass. Dynamelon's going to get the save onto John Arbuckle. How do you think this match is going to play out here, Lionel?
I don't know. They're playing it too slow, and well, sadly, John got hit again. I think the greatest mistake here was him working on the gen. While injured, he got spotted very early on, and that's gonna be costly for the team.
Especially with Eruption, but I don't think that 8 gen's gonna has any more kicks on it. If he tries to kick it one more time, I think that's it. No.
Yeah, it'll be 1 or 2 more kicks, and it won't be kickable again.
But now this 9 gen has progress. The thing is that they're forcing Variant in order to swing between 9 and 3. Very wide distance that he has to go. 2 phases, if anything. Popping 2 gens here is not controversial. I think it is possible. If they play their cards right. Variant being forced to swing all the way over to 3. John Arbuckle gets healed wherever they are, so they do get the reset off. And now Variant's stuck in a hard position because if they play their cards right, if they play slow enough, then he has no possible way to hold these gens. This is an impossible hold.
Variant has lost his pressure right now, and he'll need to be really careful here, because if he ends up going into a gender not in, that can be costly.
Variant trying to catch a rotation, and he does find it.
NTB, I think. Yeah.
NTB taking this chase all the way over to 12. I think Dynamelon and John Arbuckle are just going to crush gens. The thing is, though, this ace is dead on hook. He doesn't have much to work with here. Map generation was not that kind to him, but he is going to be holding this at 9. Let's see if he is able to outplay Variant.
Wow.
Wild swing for the stars. But he does get it off. Oh, they were doubling 8. What do you think of this, Lionel? That is a crazy insight. If they don't get found, then Variant's going to go 3, thinking that they may have been doubling that instead.
Yep, I would be expecting quite the same. So he's definitely going to 3. Will he level back again?
Yeah, but I mean, he's just going to check it and realize that it was not being progressed. And now we're back to 8. He can't. I don't think he can kick this anymore. I think that's why Variant is not even bothering to check the gen. But we do see a survivor all the way at the edge map. Variant has to do something. He has to catch him off guard. Dynamelon is going to be caught here at edge map 6. But with NTB gone, it's going to be very dangerous. Variant's going to go for the phase. And a zinger, a direct hit onto Dynamelon, going to be taking it all the way over to this corner. John Arbuckle is just going to have to work on this gen. We do have this pallet here. Dynamelon ignores it. He decides to play for 3 as far as possible. I don't know if he makes it. He does make it on 110 killer. Lionel, this is a crazy end game here. What do you think of this?
Crazy match. I'm expecting Jake to go back to that gen and see if they can get a 4K1 at least.
Yeah, Variant's just gonna get the down there, and out of no idea, John Arbuckle's gonna pop the gen. I don't think John Arbuckle got found, but he is gonna have to just force this chase here, and I think this is gonna be 4K1.
Yep.
Oh yeah, they no longer have Shaq, but We're going to be seeing a final endgame chase by John Arbuckle. See if he can juice up a little bit for the spectators here.
So yeah, play with the firecrackers. No.
In the meantime, though, Call O'Brien, I think, was met his maker here on this map. I think Varian used it to a surprising degree. I think it was very useful in determining not how 4 gens and 5 gens did not pop. What do
Yeah,
you
no,
think of
Call O'Brien
the
was
application of
definitely
this build?
yeah, Call O'Brien was definitely a great tool for this match. It also combines very well with Dragon's Grip because it makes Soros have to touch the gen on and get hit by Dragon's Grip, or else the Call O'Brien will consume the gen. And it's wild to see this perk back again into the comp meta after
I
so
think
much time.
I think the star application is not with Eruption, although Eruption is a plus, but Dragon's Grip on an S tier on this map, you have to touch the gen or you risk losing all of your progress.
Yep.
And I think that is what Varian has gone for here, and I think he's successfully shown in this match that this set is viable. Although Dino Melon is a fresh hook, and he's also stealthing out pretty well. He has tenacity, so Varian has to actually find him. I'm not exactly sure if fresh hooks do matter, or if fresh bleedouts do matter in this set, but if it does, then we could be looking at a 4K0.
Hopefully not, because this really played really well, and it would be a pity to lose that.
This variant did play fantastically well, but he is going around the edges of the map trying to find some substance. But it seems like he's looking at no dice considering where Dino Melon is right now. Checking into the basement. But Variant going to be checking over to this 10 side of the map. Not going to find anything. Checking over this edge map by this gate.
Region 7 and 8.
And here he is. He's going to check, but he's going to check between the blades of grass here over by this bus. Does he find Dino Melon?
They found him.
No,
or not.
He walks past him.
Oh wow.
Oh, Dino Melon could actually bleed out here. Okay, I just got word in from the match admin. Fresh bleedouts do matter, so if Variant does not find Dino Melon here, then he does end up turning into a 4K0. He did literally look at him, but again, Dino Melon wearing the green signature Dino fit that he always does not get found. So this is actually peak. We're actually watching peak here. The Dino Melon fit, the throw, so many people clowning on him for wearing it, saying that it's so visible, actually does get some dice in this match. Dino Melon is going to bleed out. Variant's not going to find him.
What an interesting use of tenacity.
Lionel, what do you think of this? This is such a crazy development. Variant played so well, but he doesn't find Dino Melon, and that's just going to be it.
I'm surprised he didn't hear him. He went past him.
Well, he did. He was pretty far away from the down Dynamo, and that's going to be bleed out. And that's going to change the course of the game here. I think that makes the win con 4K0. That is insane. But we will be back with Ego's Killer against Origin Survivors. We have no idea what it's going to be, but you will in just a moment. Stay tuned.
So we are back with Hillbilly now, contesting with that spirit match now with the win con of 4K1 due to the fact that Dwight got bleed out. So now we look like a match that is way more forgiving than the last one for Dino to get the win. And we already see someone getting chased. Variant, indeed. This is like a really quick down if the chainsaw comes up.
Variant on the Aurela going to be taking his time in order to try to bait.
Wow.
But unfortunately, that's going to be a quick down, as you just said. But interestingly enough, we're going to be seeing a 3 split of gens, I believe. But that's going to be the first hook of the match. In the basement on Shaq. Okay, Ryan, what do you think of this?
Wow, what a start. And he also needs just 4K1, so
Yeah, he only needs the 4K1. So again, this is going to be based on hooks and fresh hooks, and then Jen's fresh hooks and then hooks and then fresh hooks. But that's going to be Devour. But we are going to be seeing Low Pro coming out into the set. So I'm guessing Devour is going to be calling that. But Variant is so going to be hooked in basement. It seems like someone is going for that save, and Danamon's going to see that, and he's going to switch over in order to get this kill. You're going to be getting the body block on Arella. It seems like Variant's going to be having a difficult moment, and Variant's end up going to
this doesn't have
be
this
downed
active.
again, and Decisive is going to be coming out, but that is going to be decisive use, and Dino's going to have to go for this kill here. I think he's going to try to go for this tunnel, but that's going to be one gen pop. And he's going to be chainsaw all the way over. And we do have Fun Bus is open, but it is the bug bus right now. So I don't think that Variant's going to be able to play it. But again, Bam's going to come out.
Great dodge.
Yeah, Variant's going to be playing this very well. We do see Undying and Ruin coming into play, and those two totems are out in the open. I'm guessing Dino's not the happiest camper about that. And Variant's just lasting so much. Or Variant's just lasting so long on these tiles. And he's going to be interrupting this gen here, but that is going to be the down officially.
Great use of a Spin Burst. And it seems like we're slagging a bit. I think he might be having to catch him. Yeah. Going back. Will he hook him again on the basement? Probably not.
I don't think so. Variant's going to be getting hooked again. That's going to be the death hook.
It's time for Dino to pressure those gens again.
And Dino's going to be coming all the way back over here in order to possibly catch this person on this generator. We do see. And I think that is the cue.
Will he be able to get this down in before the pull happens?
It does walk through the pallet and does get stunned. I believe that means that Dino has to take his leave, ushering all the way over to the other side of the map. But that's going to be a chase brought directly into Shaq. I think that's going to be Shaq Pallet used. Yeah, I think Variant's playing in order to drop this and disappear. But we do have Low Pro that isn't going to slow Dino down all that much. He's going to have to take this over to this Pallet Gem. And that's another generator popped. But that is a down. Again, Variant's going to be taken for the kill. But that generator is way too high progress. They have two gens across the map that are almost going to pop. We could be seeing a loss here.
Yeah, indeed. Variant took the chase for a long time. And they were able to pressure those gens efficiently.
Yeah, but Dynamelon did pressure this Devour off of this generator. So someone else has to come in for this gen pop, and he's going for it, and he misses. Unfortunately, I think the outer's gonna be now in chase. It doesn't matter who he chases; he can just easily get it down. Yeah, there goes the firecracker. Someone has to come in and pop this gen. But Ruin is still up. There goes the tag. Outer does end up getting an injury. Someone else going for the generator. There we go. Devour's still back on and pushed back into the gen. Will we be seeing a down here? And yes, we do. Devour's going to be down on the generator. We'll see what Dynamelon's going to be taking all the way over to 3. And he doesn't get the one tap or the one dash all the way over, but he is going to be taking his charge all the way back. He's going to be farming that overdrive, trying to catch someone off guard. And And we do get the retap. Lionel, what do you think of this?
Wow, what a comeback from the Hillbilly. Wow, what a chainsaw.
Wait, if ZQ gets found here, then this is
The scratch
all
marks.
over.
I think he saw the scratch marks.
Yeah, Dino Melon does take the win. If he finds ZQ here, he's going to be standing on this hill. He doesn't find ZQ immediately, but again, he gets this hook. He doesn't want a bleed out to happen. But this is interesting.
99.
This gen was 99. ZQ has to somehow get this save here. He doesn't have to pick Outer. He knows all the information he needs to. He knows that 3 has no progress. He can easily look at Shaq. He's just checking around, and ZQ's just going to go for the pull. This is very dicey. And that's the down. I'm not exactly sure what Daniel wants to do here, but the pickup's going to happen right behind his nose. That's going to be quick, but if he can get the one chainsaw that he needs in order to tap someone up, then this match is over. ZQ does get pulled here, I believe. Yes, we do. We do get the pull. And that hook is going to come through. Ooh, this is very dicey. They're going to try to cleanse Ruin here. If Dino Melon catches this read, then it's over. And he doesn't, so Ruin's going to go. He knows where everyone is now. But if he can't do something with it, then Dynamite has to secure he has to secure this death. Or he has to secure this down. If he can secure this down at 3 and return and catch someone off guard, yes, the pull does happen. It all seems to happen very slowly, but we're just making it happen.
Oh, they're playing this very well. And apparently, a Hillbilly trying to get this down and cut off the pipe, but he won't.
Somehow that chainsaw does not hit. I would be very upset about that.
He's gonna need to come here and defend this gen. And kick it as well. But yeah,
One thing that we haven't commented on, Lionel, that even though Ruin is gone, he does have a secret perk that does work against Ruin if it does get cleansed.
That's very true, yeah. Now he'll be able to play this slowly with eruption. Hopefully, he can get a down easily and pressure these gens. And apparently he's coming back.
Danamelon did kick all 3 gens, so even if he doesn't get Ruin off, there are some scratch marks here. But Eruption is going to be coming into play. What do you think about the course of this match so far?
What a crazy match! It was a comeback from the Hillbilly, then this Ross apparently came back again, and now the Billy is showing his eruption. Oh my God, seeing the aura from
the aura is going to come into play. He may think that he's safe. Well, maybe he doesn't. He know that he screams, so Eruption is going to proc. But that's going to be a quick down. Again, there's no progress on almost any of the gens. 9 did end up getting eruptioned. If Dynamon does get this down, he can easily rush back. The pickup does happen. But again, the pace that Dino's on, if it works out for him, then this could be a win.
Feels like Billy's coming back to the gen at 9. Yes, it's all the scratch marks on the blood.
Now, if he just gets the down that he needs here quickly as he needs it,
It's over.
Yeah, it's not as quick as he'd like, but that's still that hard. I know.
Wow, coming back to
This match
3.
could be this match could be over with that dead hard. That could have been the game-changing dead hard.
Yep. I think
I don't.
they already rotated. Yeah, they
He
already
did
rotated.
see someone. He did see
Yeah.
ZQ, but I'm guessing he was looking for the other person. They're going to be doubling this. Oh, he does catch GQ off guard though. He's just going to go immediately
Wow.
for the locker, but he's going to leave it. He knows that 9 doesn't have enough progress. He knows that they're doubling. If anything, he didn't find Devour, didn't hear Devour when ZQ was rotating to the right. So I guess he knows that two people are on 9 now. That was an insane hit. That is cross ping, so surprised that didn't hit there.
Will he get it down here?
Oh, he got flared. Outer does end up getting flared here, but this palace still exists, and that's going to be it. And he's going to leave it and just go straight over to 3. Dynamite has to remove all of this material on the map if he wants to potentially get this win.
Will be getting that
Eruption.
eruption value.
He did hear 2 people scream. They are doubling 9.
Yeah, but they won't get it in time.
ZQ dead though. They have to pop this last gen if they want to win this set. They're both injured too. I mean, Devour's going to play this 8. Wait, Devour runs into a wall, but he doesn't get the down. He doesn't get the down off of that, and that's Champion of Light. Game changing, I think.
Another eruption coming up, but now he only needs one good chase.
And he just forced Devour back up towards 9. I don't understand why Devour stuck around there. But now this is going to result in a down, and we know Outer was just rotating up towards 10. There's no way that they can pop this gen now. If Devour was able to stealth, then I think he'd be forced to chase. But we do see the scratch marks, the reminiscing scratch marks. What do you think of this development line, though?
What a great match. There was one moment with a dead hard from Shouter that really looked like it could change the match, but no, apparently the Billy was able to shred those pallets and come back between 3 and 9 over and over again, and he was able to hold them.
Absolutely intense match indeed. Every single one of these sets, or every single one of these halves of these sets, has been just such nail biters, such great gameplay between these two teams. Neither of them are letting up a singular inch. And yeah, that's going to be the 4K one with the Mori. So that is going to be a win for Chaz. These sets are tied 1-1. Origin and Ego. What do you think of this, Lionel?
What an insane match, by the way. That was incredible.
That's not all that we have, is that no? We have our third set here on Dead Dawg Saloon, and we will be seeing what both of these teams bring here in just a moment. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, to set 3 of this grand finals match between Origin and Ego. And here we're going to be seeing the Ego killer, Dino Melon, playing on DDS. And of course, he's going to be on the Cenobite, but we're going to be getting right into it. I'm here with Lionel. And what do you think of this starting box miss here?
Very standard build, yeah, but I'm liking it nonetheless. And yeah, they're taking the box really early on. I think it's a good idea to get that off very quickly and not having to deal with it later.
Dynamo, I'm just going to smoothly transition from searching to the box to breaking all these doors, getting it done really early so he knows how to chase. But we did see this person all the way in the corner. But it seems like Dino's searching for some kind of person rotating down towards 9, because as we do see, the corrupt intervention is going to be playing a role on that 4 or 4-3 and main building, I believe, or you're 6 and 7 if you're an EU clock connoisseur. But we're going to be getting into this first chase here. I think Dynamo is going to be taking this against Variant on this backside of this tile, and it seems like Variant actually won a
Reaches
50,
main.
and he reaches main. What do you think of this, Lionel?
Well, we'll see if the head-on plays are coming up. Yep, apparently, yep. Good play from CQ.
Seems like Dynamo are not going to be too interfered with here. Just going to break the door and continue chasing Variant. That is going to give the time for the rest of the team to rotate. I think we're going to be looking at this first tag here. And there it goes.
2 minutes
Chasing.
it took him to get the first hit. And probably we'll see some progress over the gens at the gallows.
Oh, a nasty hook all the way around the corner here. Dynamo was not supposed to hit that, but that's going to be our first down. And that is insane. The box does go behind main, but Variant's going to be down. That's going to be Sloppy Butcher, Pain Res, and everything else that Dino has in store for these Origins serves here. But the only thing that goes is Corrupt.
I know looking at gens looking for possible saves coming from the road, and yeah, he's his outer going from main building, kind of rotating, and he's coming back to secure. Then no one gets the pull.
Then I'm only going to be sending a chain out, looking for someone potentially trying to sneak around for the save, but no one's going to be getting found here. But we are going to be seeing this player working this 6th gen. We do see those scratch marks, or your 8 if you're an EU connoisseur. I'll be calling both of these if you don't mind, but it seems like we're going to be getting more of a secure. Dynamo is going to start harassing this player up in main, typical strategy of the Cenobite, but we don't have Ruin in order to really get that harassment going. And even a miss is going to be quite deadly on the timing if someone is there, but it doesn't seem like that's going to happen. Variant's going to go second, and Dynamon's going to extend down to this 8-6 area, see if he can catch someone off guard, but it doesn't seem like it. Lionel, what do you think about Variant going second here? Do you think this is going to snowball, or do you think this might just be a throw?
It'll depend on the pressure on the gens, and wow. Well, the Devour is gonna get chased here with the box, and will he come back to the hook? No, I think he's gonna be committing Devour here and taking that box, and then probably looking for Variant.
And Devour is going to.
And Variant already got reset.
Yeah, Devour is going to be chased with the box here, and Origin's not going to want to allow that. They're going to have a buddy system going on. Very typical Cenobite gameplay. But again, if this box goes down, it's over for the pressure that they have. Devour's going to be chased all the way upstairs main, going to be taking this vault all the way down. And it seems like Devour's going to last on main building. This is not what Dynamelo wants. He's waiting for that head on, and head on does come, but Dynamelo had already left. But this is going to be another pain res.
Looks very rough for our Cenobite.
Yeah, and ZQ's going to take that down, but Devour does end up getting the box. Dynamo not going to be greedy enough to continue to chase it, but that is going to put us in a very difficult spot. Variance on Death Hook, but this is going to be the first pain res of the match at 1 gen left. What do you think of this progression?
Well, that was rough to watch. He lost the tunnel, he lost the box, and now he has to deal with a fresh hook. Defending the gen at the gallows, no one's there. He doesn't have eruptions, so it's harder for him to log in these gens. And he'll be finding someone on water tower. Very difficult to find Variant now. and he'll be committing to get that pressure with Pain Resonance.
And I mean, now there's going to be
Wow,
not getting
didn't
ping
land.
hit there. The cross Atlantic ping, but unfortunately, Outer's not gonna get it there.
Oh, chains broke very quickly.
Yeah, that is our second pain res. If he's able to get it off before the generator pops, I don't know. But these pain reses are so far, and their variant was sitting there waiting at 5 or 7. Devour's gonna pick up the box again. But Dino's gonna leave it. Variant, the thing is, Variant is there for the pull. So this could happen quickly. Dino Melon doesn't know that though. Pull does come through. Dino Melon misses the chain, but he does get the tag on ZQ going all the way up to main. What do you think of this final?
Very difficult spot for. Wow, what a chain.
Fantastic chain all the way on the main, going to give ZQ that deep wound, give him a little bit of extra time off of those generators. Dynamelon is going to take this over towards the edge map area, see if he can catch this cross. Outer is supposed to be getting healed. I think that is what he's playing for, catching that heal off guard.
He reached Maybelline, so now they can play with head on again. Oh, what a rough spot for our Cenobite here. He needs to find Variant if he wants the tunnel out, but...
Oh, we see Outer. We catch Outer and ZQ. I'm guessing they were trying to heal. But that's, again, he's going to get that Vault. Vault's going to come in late. Unfortunately, the chains are just not going to touch Outer. That's unfortunate. That's a lot of RNG that went into Outer not getting chained there. But I think this is going to result in a down, potentially.
Wow.
I don't think that he's going to go for it. And no, Dynamon's going to be getting juiced. That's so unfortunate. Dynamon's not the happiest camper with that one. What do you think of this, Lionel?
I wonder how he got that, but he didn't get that hit with the ping. And now he's coming back again to main building.
And oh my god, Dynamelon misses the chain. This could be the difference between a hook before and yeah, just 3 outs. Outer's playing fantastically well. A little bit of a spectator bug right there, but still going to be a down. But again, Outer is just going to be the only hook there. I think this could be a 5 stage. I think, is Outer a fresh hook? Do you know that, Lionel? No, he's not. Yeah, Devour's going to be the only fresh, and I think they get out with 3 here, unfortunately. Yeah, that's going to be, well, there's one more stage on the map. That's going to be just 6 stages, 1k6. This is a very possible win con for Origin Killer here.
It is definitely a win con that can be achieved.
Well, we are going to be back. We don't know what the killer that Origin's going to bring is, but it has to be something that could potentially get those 6 and maybe even 7 stages. But we'll be right back with that match in just a moment. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, and here we have the second half of this set 3 here in the grand finals of the Heatwave, and here we have the Origin Killer Outer, and yes, it is going to be a mirror set this time, and Outer is going to be on the Cenobite. We do see that first survivor. I did not recognize who it was immediately, but it seems like Box is not going to get found. It is going to be a direct mirror of the last set. John Arbuckle is going to try to make this shack though, and he is unfortunately going to be getting an unlucky chain. That's why he doesn't make the shack pallet. It could be a pretty quick first chase here, a mirror for both sets. It doesn't seem like he's going to be getting any help, and I think that is going to be all that she wrote. John Arbuckle getting the hit quickly.
Very early
with Lionel. And what do you think of this really early game and really early down here?
What about early now? He got Robin Brutality instead of Sloppy Butcher, which I think is a really good perk for Cenobite, and it might have helped him a bit in order to get that really early down. And we see the Cenobite is getting lots of pressure compared to the last match we saw. And also getting this chase in Gallows. He sees someone going for the pull, but ignores him.
And Dynamo is going to be getting found here on this wagon, but it seems like Outer knows not to chase the Dino Melon.
Oh yeah, go for it.
But it doesn't seem like anyone went for the pull here. But Outer's going to be playing around this mid area. But it doesn't seem like it doesn't seem like Ego's going to give him any opportunity to get a free chase. It seems like they're just going to advance gens while Dino Melon harasses his pull, Lionel.
Yep, he's harassing the gen at the main building, and also he can be a bit of an annoying around the survivors coming for the pool. Yep, he seems like he's securing this second stage, and I don't think the survivors are contesting this.
And while we're over here securing the second stage here, I do want to ask you, Lionel, because we do see a little bit of a change in the perks between these two killers. What are your thoughts on the choice here?
Well, I think Robert Brutality helped him get in the first chase. I think it's a really good perk, allow him to get chases a bit more quickly than getting the pressure that the Sylvie Butcher can apply. Sylvie Butcher definitely a really good perk for people taking hits, but Robert Brutality for a bit more lethality is also a really great choice.
We're going to be getting into this first box, our first chain hunt here. Not what we want to be seeing on the survivors, especially running around the main building. But it does seem like the person here is going to be healthy. And yeah, NTB is going to grab the box. Animal is going to be taking this chase on main building. And Outer may be out of luck if Dino Melon plays his cards right, but he does get the chain going off on him. And it seems like Outer's just disengaging from Dino there on that front main pallet. But trying to see if he can catch anyone else on this rotation. But yeah, it seems like we do end up catching Inno. Inno's going to be caught out here, and that's going to be a quick ass down. Lionel, what do you think of this?
Wow. Well, he expecting them to heal at the water tower, and now he's getting that pain resonance. Lots of value and great pressure. Seems like survivors are rotating here and to get the save.
Inno ended up getting caught out on that 1 or 5 area of the map for that heal or for that free hit that Outer got on him. Really nasty one, to be honest. But it seems like the way that Outer's trying to play is to catch these survivors off on their resets, and I think that's the play he's going for. But unfortunately, Outer does not get that, or does not get that hook on the John Arbuckle. He's going to be evading that, and here we go. Box is going to be grabbed by Dino Melon, and Outer is fresh out of luck here so far.
Chin. Well, it seems like John is going to be a little bit difficult to get. And Claudette also helping out with the body block. Bambus the window once again.
Outer finally vaulting this window, finally going to give a bam, and John Arbuckle is going to be getting caught with the chains by, oh, an unfortunate extra chain, and he's going to go down right at this front window. But the progress happening around the map is kind of catching up. NTB is going to get that is going to be working on that generator all the way over there, and Dino's going to be on the gallows area. Outer going to try to contest that, but there goes John Arbuckle out of the match, fresh right there at 3 gens. What do you think of this development?
Wow. Yeah, I think it's quite difficult for these roars to come back, but we'll see if they manage to get the box and get people being chased on main building, and perhaps they can progress these gens both in water tower and gallows.
It's very unfortunate because they can only afford to give up one more stage if they want to potentially go for the win here. And yeah, let's go to NTB. I think Gary got that hit. Ooh, even through the finesse, unfortunately, that's going to connect. And there we go. Rapid Brutality box is going to go. Inno's going to be playing for it. NTB is going to be playing onto this 2 style or 4. And it just is not looking that great for Ego here. What are your thoughts on this, Lionel?
It's definitely a very rough spot for these survivors, and it seems like NTB is getting down. Oh, wow, what a dodge.
Outer gonna
if we
miss the
can
chain, but I don't think that there's anything that NTB can do. He's just gonna have to give up the stage, and Outer's going to take it. Generator's going to pop. I believe that was Gallows. Dino working that religiously, but that water tower gen, Dino's gonna rotate for in order to try to get on and possibly get this down to one gen left. But I think that's gonna be Pain Res, and not no, it's not Pain Res. I think it was Pain Res.
It was winners.
Dino's gonna take it all the way over to the top side or left side of the map here, and going to be playing around the shack. Outer's going to miss the chain. Very unfortunate. Doesn't get the free tag on Dino. NTB is going to be getting off hook, and what happens next is only left up to these players. What are your thoughts on this, Lionel?
Well, I think it's gonna be really hard for this team to get around, and seems like Dino made a mistake here, probably getting hit. And Soros will need to get the resets and go back to the gens immediately.
Yeah, Dino has to somehow make something off of this. I don't think he will, though, unless Outer whiffs a hit, but I don't think that is going to happen. Rapid Brutality just making up for that distance that he would have gotten in order to make a main. And I think it is quite tragic. I think they're trying to work for Pain Res, yeah, but they do pop their main is going to be the gen that gets Pain Res. Eno dodges it, and I think Outer is going to want to pressure this. He knows that he can't afford to let that gen go, because right now we're looking at a possible win con. They can only afford to give up one more stage. And there goes Box. Oh, this could potentially be it. Outer shaking his head. He knows what just happened.
Bad timing for getting the box. Probably he was expecting the Cenobite to be on top of the gen in main building, and he's now getting the box with lots and lots of pressure.
And there we go, a forced chain hunt. Outer nodding his head. He knew that this is exactly what he needed in order to secure a win here. Very unfortunate for these survivors. Chain hunt going, even though this gen is so high progress, and Inno working it with resilience. And there goes the tie. If they get all outs. What do you think of this development, Lionel? That box going, chain hunt starting. What is the spell for these survivors?
In's in a really rough spot. They're both with deep wound, and Outer has lots of pressure. I think this might be an early down, no? But a great stun from Dwight.
Nanomelon just has to somehow juice, and I think Outer went for some kind of crazy killer jiggy, but it just did not work against the Nanomelon. But I think that is going to be the down, and Box is going to go, and it gets TP'd onto. I think we're looking at a 4K1 here. What do you think?
It really looks like a 4K1, yeah.
I mean, Inno could be sitting there crushing a gen. I'm not sure I could actually see that, but NTB has to somehow make this work. Dynamelon's going to be on the floor. I don't think Inno goes for pull here if they want to pop this last gen. And there we go.
They got it.
4K0. At the very least, this is what you want. It has a very beatable win con, but I think Inno is going to ask for the 1v1, and Outer is just going to not let it happen.
Does deny it.
So this will be a set win for Origin. What do you think of this, Lionel?
What a match, by the way. The Cenobite played it really, really well. He pressured. He got the box twice. Got lots of pressure with original pain also, being quite annoying. And yeah, what a great display.
It is quite the insane read if we want to jump back in time to that Inno hit by the 1 or 5 area. He knew that Inno was working one of the gens on that side of the map and figured that if he was going to get healed, it would be over by Water Tower rather than behind main. That was an insane read, which I don't think we've given him enough credit for. Outer found every reset on the map. And I think that is what ended up churning into this fantastic 4K0 in order to beat Ego here. But that's going to be all the survivors found. No bleed out to Cheese. And squeeze an extra wink on out of. And we're going to be going over to set 4. Would you like to introduce that to us, Line?
Yep, so we'll be going to the next match, which will be in Red Shop. And I'm really very excited.
Origin gonna take the killer there. We're both excited. You should be excited too, and we're gonna be back with it right now. Stay tuned. And welcome back, everyone, to this grand finals match. And here we are on set 4. Origins is ahead 2-1 against Ego. And here we are on Wretched Shop, and we are seeing Devour, Origins killer, on the interesting artist. What do you think of this pick here, Lionel?
I don't think we've seen Devour playing killer yet, and I'm liking artist. We'll see that. They're already playing with Raw Brutality as well to get that first chases coming up, and also Agitation, which is a very common perk on artist. And TV already taking the first chase up to the corrupted gen. Seems like NTV is trapped here. He should go down. No, he reaches the window.
Although, yes, we are on the Wretched Shop. Artist is an interesting pick, an uncommon killer to see in comp, not really usually played by teams, but one of the more interesting things, as you mentioned, we're seeing Devour on the artist. Origin spreading their killer. I think we've seen 3 separate killer players for Origin so far, have we not?
Yep. The Origin definitely has a really big roster with different killer mains. And we see NTV getting hooked, already sending those birds up to those gens. Not finding anyone.
But we are going to be seeing Devour taking that first hook there over by the top side of the map, although completely leaving it in order to play for this generator. There's not going to be any eruption or any pop or any slowdowns for that gen kick, just purely kicking it for the fun of the or love of the game. But we are going to be seeing NTB getting crowed. Devour predicting his position, and this could be a very quick down with the egg add-on. Yeah, those 4 birds, especially when it comes to color me surprised, we are going to be seeing a pallet save there. Too much to say and not enough time to say it. What do you think of this development, Lionel?
I was surprised by the 4th. I didn't see his add-ons yet, and I was surprised by that 4th hit, but also the pallet save coming up, destroying that pressure. Also Dino coming up for to take the hit, but it won't be enough.
Yeah, very interesting. So many things I want to say here. But yes, Dynamelon going in for the hit tank, but not avoiding the bird in time. Unfortunately, blocked by the red car is something you're not supposed to do when taking a hit for artists, is to take the injured bird. But it seems like Dino may potentially go down, but no, Dino actually evades the birds. And then fortunately, Devour's not going to get the quick down that he wanted. And the FTP is going to come out, and NTB is going to be taking his final chase over towards this Fun Split Bus here. This incredible set so far. But yes, our Devour is going to be running the egg add-on, which gives him 4 birds, although increases the cooldown. Too much to say, not enough time to say it. NTB goes for the riskiest play, getting the stun, but he is going to have to repel those birds again. He can't afford to take the birds, but he is going to take the M1, going to be playing around the shack area. This is an insane game already. 2 generators pop. NTB taking this death hook chase. Is he going to get any support? Dynamelon injured, Inno injured, but no, that is going to be a down on the pallet. Will we be seeing another pallet save? Lionel to color me surprised.
And no one's here, so getting that kill probably have a lot of progress on the gen on main building.
that is going to be a payment made. NTB's life for all the progress that they've gotten on these generators. Dino Melon on a gen over by the shack area, almost completely done. Main building, a ton of progress on it. Z is going to be taking this chase to the top side of the map and not going to be getting caught out by that bird, but is going to be taking a hit. And I think Devour actually could have gotten the injury there with the bird if he played his cards right. That would have been a devastating
That would have
blow.
been that would have been incredibly impressive. But also we see Seth getting trapped here in Maybelline, probably gonna allow the killer to get another pain resonance if there is any hook nearby.
Yeah, that rapid brutality giving him the distance that we need. It doesn't seem like Ego has been able to count the time or measure the distance that he covers in that time frame. But yeah, it's very common that we've been seeing again. Not only have we been seeing such diverse killers, but they all seem to be bringing rapid brutality, and it seems like it's working for Origin because Ego just can't seem to uh, recognize it. We saw earlier during the CT match that Ego was scared of Noed, even though they should have recognized rapid brutality. What do you think of that?
Yeah, rapid brutality is definitely one of the common perks in terms of chasing people down. It's really, really useful, and I'm surprised that it has been picked for the 3 matches from Origin.
Ironically enough, we've seen more rapid brutality than we've seen pain res.
That is right, and it definitely has been helpful.
Yeah, it seems to be doing Origin well. Devour's going to be holding this hook here. I mean, getting those cross maps nice. I think we saw Inno get hit by one of the birds there. Again, this egg add-on for the artist gives him 4 crows that he can send across the map. And it is very, very helpful. Many artist players do see themselves using it as opposed to, I think it's Fester and Carrion or Black
Yeah.
Tar.
Yeah, both of them. I think I've seen both of them.
Yeah, typically that's what we see, but Severed Hands is always the staple pick for artists. But Dino Melon going in for the save, trying to get Z before second stage, but finding himself actually caught
That be a
out.
hit?
And
No.
no, unfortunately, Dino does not get hit. Devour doesn't place the bird correctly, but Dino Melon is going to be taking this all the way over to Shack. Devour going to try to catch Dino off guard, but no, he's not going to fall for it. No, sir. I think Inno does use For the People on Z, and I think they might be crushing that main building generator. Devour setting up the bird in advance, but Dynamo is not going to fall for it. He has 2 crows. Is he going to get hit? And
Wow.
unfortunately, Dino does go down.
I think
Surprise.
this hit might be game changing. Honestly.
Yeah, I think that was a game-changing down. If he just walks towards the edge map and dies 5 corner, I think they pop main for that, but I don't think that they're going to get it off. Yeah, and Devour's gonna see no people working on that one generator. Z's gonna rotate. Oh, so they weren't doubling main there. Z was rotating, and I think Emma was the only one working main building. If we get a catch for the ear, yeah, I think main has been resting for quite some time.
Seems like they're playing it very slowly, and they resetting. Will Devour be able to find someone quickly?
I think we do. I think we see Eno on this tile. I think Devour tried to go for another risky hit like he did on Dino, but unfortunately he doesn't go through, and he doesn't even get the ping hit. Oh my god. Again, this is a cross-Atlantic match. We are playing EU to NA, so some of these hits not going through is just absolutely criminal. Devour is definitely kicking himself over this, but unfortunately, that is the thing that does go through, and Devour is going to be getting that down quite quickly onto Inno. I can only imagine what they're doing because they can't be resetting right now. They're just crushing these generators, and yes, that is what we're seeing.
Oh, Seth already rolled in for the save.
Bird being sent all the way over to this one corner. Gonna be finding nothing. Sending a bird all the way back. Wait, could we be seeing a slingshot? I think we're still looking up to set a slingshot. I think that is what is happening. Will it go through? Oh, the slingshot. The slingshot
The
was
birds
not
were a
set
bit,
up correctly.
yeah, they were a bit too close.
That's so
It would have
unfortunate.
been,
We could have been seeing a game-changing play right there. I think that would instantly end the match. What do you think, Lionel?
I think so too. I think that would have been game changing too.
4 birds being sent down to that corner. Will Dino be getting caught out? No, he does not. We do see the scratch marks. I think Z is taking one for the team, taking the chase, personally running into the killer's face. But unfortunately, Ino is going to be there caught out as well. What do you think is going to happen here?
Well, it seems like Claudette is being committed. I think it's the last pain resonance, isn't it?
I think it is. I think Z is the last painter, and I think I don't think
Also,
Z
that's
was
first.
trying to do that. Unless we're setting up for a head-on here. No, that's going to be it. That's going to be a down directly on the pallet. I think that was a mistake. I think that may actually be a change at the game. Wait, we don't actually pick up Z there. Wait, oh, wait, 2 birds caught in one. Or 2 hits caught in 1 bird. Dino Melon's going to be, I think, caught in main here, but I think Devour lets him get out. But again, Z's going to be down on Shack pallet. I think Eno may be rotating for that save. Oh no, that is Eno caught on main. But fact of the matter is, Devour knows where everyone is now, and I think that is a quite devastating thing. What do you think about this?
I think his hardest is getting this right as he wants, and he'll be able to hook Aino very quickly. They got the reset on set, and they'll be able to get the full reset on 5 apparently. Agitation coming in.
Yeah, I think that's what they're going for. I think they're going for a reset on 5, and I think Devour knows that too. Setting up 4 birds to cover that entire area in a blanket, but will we be seeing dice? No, we don't. They do not get found. Devour does not get killer instinct either. I think that's what Devour is potentially trying to set up birds to go 7. He may be trying to catch them before they rotate, but we do see Dino running across the middle of the map. But where is Z? I think that is the question that Devour is asking right now. I think Dino's actually trying to work on the generator, and in order to pass the time, he has to leave Inno. But there is a problem that we have for the ego side of the match here, Lionel. What are we going to do about this 3-gen?
It's definitely a very difficult spot for these roars. They're pressuring the gen on main building, but it's gonna be annoying with artists sending birds. All this pressure is gonna be reapplied, and we see it set really close to the hook, but he wasn't able to get that. And now Dino
I think that's all. I think that's all she wrote. Yeah, Inno's going to be gone. Now it's a 2v1. I don't know if they're going to be able to pop this last gen here. Z does get found. But Devour is just going to be chasing Z all the way down to 5. And Z does end up dodging that bird very narrowly. And Devour trying to go for a ping hit through the pallet, and Z's not going to give it. But Dino Melon, I know, is just sitting there crushing that generator, missing the bird on him, not able to take him off the gen.
Can't connect the second bird either, and seems like Dino is gonna go around main building.
It seems like Devour is just simply slipping, and Dino is dipping and dodging through these birds. Not going to be able to get a singular swarm onto him. I think this is just very unfortunate, where I think Z may have rotated up, going to be getting on that 1-gen over there. But I think, yeah, Dino has to play. Oh my god. Trying to force Dino to play for the pallet, but not able to get an injure. Devour has to go home with no dice. What do you think of that, Lionel?
The Gen 2 doesn't have that many progress, but the Gen in main building has He's halfway through, and Devour's in a difficult spot if he wants to secure this 4K.
I think Z was the one working on this gen. I think that is the best play. No, Dino. How did Dino Melon rotate so fast? Dino Melon is so aggressive on these gens. If he dodges every bird again, then I don't think that Devour can really aggressively play for him. I think we just saw the vault go through. He's going to be breaking the door for the first time, but Dino's going to be taking a hit for sure down towards Shaq. But I don't think that Devour can commit to this, and I think that's why we see him instantly turn here. But he's going to be using that rapid brutality to re-attack these gens as quickly as possible.
With Dano being injured here, it's gonna be difficult for him to go around the gens again, unless he gets the reset.
I mean, we have no idea where Z is from the killer perspective, but we can only imagine that Z is plotting up something dangerous for Devour. Dino Melon did end up taking an injury, and I think that's what Devour's trying to do, trying to catch this reset. But if he doesn't find Dino Melon here, then there isn't really much that he can do. He has to go back to the gens. And I think that's just what he's doing. My take is that Z has been attacking one of these gens, and Dino does get the reset off, so Devour does know that they are at least resetting over by 7. And Dino's already back on main.
I would have never expected them to be in 7, so I can feel Devour's pain here, not guessing where the reset was. And he found set.
Absolutely juked. With no remorse. Z not gonna make the same mistake that Dino did, already all the way by Shaq around the backside, and this is just completely nasty. Missing the bird, now he does get Shaq pallet out of it, but Devour has to leave. I think Origin is just playing, or not Origin, Eco's just playing this fantastically well, very slow, very patient, and very slippery. Devour is given no dice no matter where he goes.
We've seen Dino rotating here, and
Devour's trying to catch the rotation, and and
Dino
does get found, but again, just going to I think he has to commit to him. He knows that Z's somewhere near bottom or rotating, but no, I think Devour just wants to get the kick and
he really
leave.
wants to kill one.
He just wants to protect these gens. That means that, I mean, if they do what they did last time, Z's gonna get the heal, and they're not gonna find anything. I think now he's checking towards 7, but he did send Dino off down to 5. But if they don't find anything, then this could be dangerous. Devour may be in a bad spot. Again, with the anti-3-gen mechanic in the game, he doesn't have that many kicks left. We just saw the rods. He only have, I think, 4 kicks left, right?
Right. Seems like... Oh, he did find...
He found Z. I mean, if Dino's playing as aggressive as he did, he may be back on this, back on main. But Devour's gonna have to go home with just a pallet kick, perhaps, unless he wants to commit to Z here. And yeah, Z does make it towards this corner, and he does have this pallet. This corner of the map is just completely fruitful. And then he doesn't doesn't hit the bird. Devour's in such a bad spot. And where is Z?
Oh, he disappeared.
Z's gone. Z disappeared into the wind like Houdini. And Devour has to go home with no dice. Wait, he's trying to get the pressure back. But yeah, Devour's just not going to hold. But again, if Devour gets this down on Dino, then it could be dangerous. Z has to work that gen. He just has to run for it. But there's no material. Wait. I think we may have found ourselves our match closer. What do you think of that, Lionel?
I do think. Oh, he gets the gen.
He pops the gen. Wait, this is insane.
Oh, with a head on as well.
The head on too. Oh my. Wait, this is actually insane to think about because Artis is a magnificent 3-gen holder, but if you pop all 4 gens, it's like Singularity. You may be in for some trouble if you can't secure that, or if you get 4K, or if you get 4K one. So if the 3-gen is bad when our team here tries to play for it, then it could be over for Origin. Losing that last gen is insane.
What an incredible 2v1 scenario from Dino and Zed. They were able to micro the chases really well. They brought the artists to difficult spots, and they were actually able to pop that last gen and allowing them to have a better win con.
Yeah, it's actually an insane prospect. I think it's really understated how well Dino and Z played here, especially in a 2v1, but we're going to be back to see what Origin has in store for Ego in just a moment. Stay tuned. Really, really insane games here at the Heatwave Grand Finals. All right, everyone, and welcome back to what could be the last game of this grand finals match in the Heatwave. Here we have the second half of set 4, which is Dino Melon on the Artist, another match set between the two teams. But if
So we see that
if Origin pops and gets, I think if Origin gets an out, then they just take the entire match. What do you think about that, Lionel?
yeah, this could be our last match for today, and we see that the build is quite a copycat of the one we saw before, with the exception of the first ring Carrion instead of the Ink Egg.
Unfortunately, the ping hit does not come through. Dynamelon sending a bird to force Outer to potentially dodge just for the sake of making that extra distance so he can get that hit there, but it just does not come through. And Dynamelon is forced back top. What we do know is that the win con is an out, so that 4K0 was looking very tasty for Team Ego there, meaning that Dynamelon has to hold a 3-gen, and it seems like the entirety of Origin knows its current situation, because I think they were trying to storm out one of those 3-gens, because that is a nasty 3-gen. What do you think about that, Lionel?
That is indeed a nasty 3-gen, yeah. And the hit doesn't go through either.
I think it was Smasher we just saw on Variant too. I think Dynamelon is taking chase towards this bottom side, and Variant being forced into this Z wall and walking into the killer. This could potentially be quite the tap, but unfortunately it's not going to be.
Great bird from Dino here, and they were able to pop the gen. What a nasty hit.
And Dino was able to pop Variant. That's going to be our first hook of the match. This could be a pain res, and we do have one quite close. And it seems like ZQ is already stealthing downwards for the pole, playing onto that 7-gen area. And it seems like a hook in basement. He decided to say, screw the pain res, I want a dangerous hook. And catching ZQ on that corner. If we get a tab, this could be problematic, but unfortunately we don't. He does hit the locker, but I think that means that 1-gen is going to go. But look at this 3-gen setup. Absolutely monstrous. What do you think about this?
That 3-gen does look very, very tasteful for our artist. And with the basement here, we can expect some pressure on those gens.
We have a gen in Shack, a gen in 8, a gen in 7, and gen in 11. This corner side 3-gen on this left side on Wretched shop, which we know is predominantly very weak. The generation could always be unfortunately terrible, but we're setting up a slingshot and it does not go through. But Variant could be seeing the end of his days inside of this Shack. I don't think that they're going to go for a basement pull. Do you think it's possible?
I think it is possible, but it will be definitely difficult with Dino being here, sending those birds to the gen.
and 11 does pop, so we are gonna have to play for something a little bit more reasonable. But Dino Melon does get the second stage onto Variant, forcing him to play around this corner, and Dino Melon sending the birds for a reason. But again, 7, 8, and oh wait, 7, 8, and 9. We had an extra gen I did not see, but Variant does get saved. But this is going to be a tap and a body block.
Wow.
And
It's rare hands happening.
Variant can even take it down. And Variant does get the birds off. That could have been a very quick 2-tap. Dino Melon is definitely shaking about this one. He's looking at a potentially very juicy result, but Variant just absolutely taking him across to this 4 area.
If Varian can hold this chase here, this can be the end of it all.
Yeah, Variant holds chase, and this just wraps. I think we popped that. That's the 9 gen. If anything, Dino Melon has to tie, I think. Sending birds to check. But again, back to the same pallet. And Variant ends up snatching the bird from him. And I think he has to leave this. He can't let this gen go. Going for a tap, and unfortunately, he doesn't get it. Variant does get the birds off, so the tunnel out is not secured. I know this is just such a desperation from Dino. What do you think?
Yeah, it is a really rough spot for Dino. If he would have secured that kill, it would have been a lengthy match, but apparently that won't be the case.
Sending birds back. Dino has to hold this 3 gen, although it is looking quite good for him. He has to try to catch this rotation or catch that any kind of reset. If he gets a reset caught, then yes, he's able to do something. But Variant gets fully healed. Tunnel out's fully healed now.
Wow, this looks like a really difficult spot to be in.
Oh,
wow, what a hit!
He gets the tag onto Outer. Outer's caught in a very precarious spot. He gets the bird onto Outer too. There's no. I think that's just wraps. Yeah, if he's able to get this pain res off before 7 pops, then we can do something. It's right there. They get reset, and that's going to be the first pain res of the match. That's the first pain res of the match, and this could be dangerous again. Someone's rotating for that pull. They're trying to get it down. If Variant gets caught out in any bad situation, then we're looking at something dangerous. Checking a bird. We do find someone working on that generator. He can't afford to sit here and babysit Outer. He has to go and check the 7 gen.
I'm surprised by how incredibly well Dino managed to hold this situation, and looks like Outer got pulled. Going back to defend that 3 gen, he cannot let them get that gen.
No, he can't. And Devour was working on the 8 gen. We can only guess. Outer does get healed. They were very quick. Origin's playing this so quickly. He can't do anything. Someone's on Shaq too. Again, because he didn't get Variant out of this match. This is a much harder gameplay. There's a much harder game plan for him. He has to do something. They're doubling Shaq. 7 has too much progress. If he tries to leave it, the Devourer will walk down in order to get on it. It's something he can't play. This is impossible.
I do think it is impossible. These 2 gens are very close to each other, but the gen in Shaq, got 2 lockers next to each other, so the pressure out of the burst will not be enough to hold this if they don't commit a really big mistake.
Not only that, but there's a way to work Shaq against an artist where only one of you gets birded. So, very, very difficult situation to hold. Dino Melon has to just harass Devour while he slowly watches Shaq get progress, and this is just something disgusting. If anything, if he's only trying to make sure that 7 regresses to the point where he can actually confidently leave it to try to go for some pick. But again, the pre-run, look at that pre-run, they are gone. No dice. And he can't chase that either.
sell you
has to
the
bait.
situation. Yeah.
He has to bait. He has to bait someone to work on 7 in order to try to get a chase. And again, there's just too much progress to go. Just a very dangerous situation. He has to get Varian out of the match, but he has a buddy with him. This is not going to be a quick chase.
Origin here playing very slowly. They know that this is just unavoidable. If they play it correctly, if they don't commit any mistakes, this should be the end of it all.
This is just so dangerous. Although 4K0 will result in a tie, but at this rate, I don't think they're going to let another stage go. I mean, this could result in a free tag, but it's not going to be enough. He needs more. Trying to get a quick sneaky tag onto outer. He has to commit onto Variant. He has to do something. And Variant doesn't let it go. Dino Melon misplays. He could have gone for a swing first, but it's just not possible. And that gen goes. He just has to get the best result possible. The ego serve side was just too shaky. He does get the down, but again, it's simply too difficult. They're on that door. It's not possible. 4K0 would be a tie. It pushes to potentially tie a last set, but yeah, that's just, again, and now it's a win, and this is just it for Origin. I think this means that they take the Heatwave first place position. What do you think of this, Lionel? We have a winner.
Varian was close to die, but he was able to hold that chase for long enough, and Dino took the decision of leaving that last chase and hold the 3-gen, but it was just impossible to hold that with 4 survivors alive and one of the gens in shack.
A very close match between two very good competitors. We saw some very interesting plays, very close nail-biter matches, but this is the result of all of that struggle. Origin takes the win against Ego, and thank you all for watching. Do you have any other final thoughts, Lionel?
It was incredible, honestly. Both teams played really well. I was almost expecting them to go 2-2 and going for that last set, but it's not going to be the case. But anyways, it was incredible to watch, and both teams played really well.
Very glad to cast this match. I'm very glad to have such a fantastic caster with me, Lionel. Thank you for being here for this grand finals match, and thank you all at home for watching. And that will be all from me and Lionel. Have a great and fantastic day.
You too. Thank you, everyone, and thank you for inviting me to cast the tournament.